Happy Veterans Day, everybody.
Happy Veterans Day.
This is an important day for all of us,
Yes.
especially with the turbulent times going on throughout the world. And we have some stories we want to share with you about why Veterans Day is so important to us.
Well, they're protecting all of us, and that's what we all need to remember is they're protecting us so we can have a peaceful and happy life.
Exactly. So, and you have an American flag with us,
Yay!
which we are all red, white, and blue here. We're actually on location, and we are in southern Florida, so it is about 90 degrees. It's a little muggy today,
As you can tell.
but it's all good. So let's share some heartfelt stories. We want to talk about why Veterans Day is important to us and leave you with some takeaways. I understand your husband, his
Yes.
dad.
My husband, Jim, his father was in the military, the Navy, for about 20 years.
20 years.
Yeah, and then my dad was in the Marines for a few years. So
That's
it
awesome.
means a lot to the two of us.
That's
very
awesome.
Much
So, and I have an interesting story to share about my dad. My parents, so he was serving in Alabama in the Air Force, and on Tuesday, he got permission on Tuesday that he could leave on Thursday to get married. But the problem is he had to drive Thursday night, all night, and with no sleep, all the way to Connecticut from Alabama. Make that long truck with no sleep to be at the chapel at the Catholic Church to be
For
married
love.
for love at 9 a.m.
That's what we do for love.
Yeah, it is. And so, in that night, they ended up. So the next day, Saturday morning, they got married at 9 a.m. They had a reception. That evening, they drove to Topeka, Kansas,
Wow.
and that was their honeymoon. So
And they've been married a long time.
they've been married. They got married in 1966. So they've been married
So,
quite a few years,
yeah.
almost 60 years.
Wow.
Wait a minute, 60? Yeah, 60.
How
I don't know.
old are you?
I don't know. I'm 51. So yeah, it'll be in 2026. It will be 60 years.
Yeah,
That's
wow.
amazing.
That is, it's wonderful.
So what does Veterans Day mean to you, Kathy?
Well, when I see a man in uniform, I always thank them for their services, whether it's the veterans and or military active men. People don't realize, but they're giving up their lives,
They are.
their life for us,
Yeah.
and to serve our country, to make sure that our lives are safe and well for our families. And I just think that we all need to start waking up a little bit and start supporting
Exactly.
them a little bit.
So there's
More.
some interesting trivia. I had asked why is Veterans Day 2 days this year, and Kathy and I were like, wow.
Yeah, I didn't
We
realize.
didn't realize this. So because it showed up on my Apple calendar as being 2 days. So today's Friday. Veterans Day will always be tomorrow, which is Saturday, November the 11th. But because it falls on the weekend, whenever it falls on a Saturday or Sunday, it's always observed on either the day before, which would be this Friday,
Okay.
because it's a national holiday in the U.S. and it's a paid holiday for government employees.
Yes.
Or if it's on a Sunday, it will fall on a Monday as a paid holiday. So it will always be a 3-day weekend.
Oh wow! Well,
Isn't
that's
that great?
wonderful. Well, for
Yeah.
the parades and everything else too,
Yeah.
like I said, celebrate the military men. And I actually want to say a quick shout out to Rocky. He's a friend of my dad's and us. That is also a Marine that lives in California, and he has always been. Look at all these years, always
Yeah.
talking to my father on the phone. So once a
amazing.
Marine, always a Marine.
Always a Marine.
Yes.
Exactly. So, and my father was in the Air Force, and I just have and he served in Topeka, Kansas, and this was during, we were at war, but they needed him to fix the instruments for the planes and stuff. So if you could do us a favor, let us know in the comments what it means to you. What does Veterans Day mean to you? Do you know anybody serving that you want us to keep in our prayers? Do you know anybody that is actively serving, or do you have family members that are veterans?
Yes.
And let's find ways. If we find somebody serving, I always say to a police woman or man, thank you for your service. Thank you
Always.
for serving, because we need them serving.
Yeah, we do. Police officers, military, firefighters, all these nurses, doctors. I
They're
mean,
keeping
there's
us
so
safe.
many service people out there in the world that we really always need to say thank you. And I honestly have to say, for myself and for you, I'll speak for you too, that we always, always say thank you. I mean, sometimes they think I'm crazy. I'll hang out the window when they're working or, directing traffic outside, and I'll say thank you for your services. Or if
Yeah.
I'm going to a concert or whatever, I always go up to them
We're reacting.
and say thank you for your services. So if you would just do that for us, if you would just extend out your hand to those people and just say thank you, because it's
Yeah.
just, they're doing a lot for us.
It's important. It
It's
really is.
so
And
important.
do you know how I can see their hearts melt when I say,
They
thank you
do.
for your service? And
They
they're like,
really
thank
appreciate
you.
it.
You know,
they do.
so
They do. So
yeah, that's
on that note,
yes. And there's 5 people on and 4 likes. If you could give us a thumbs up, comment, let us know your thoughts, because we are really all about supporting our troops. But it doesn't matter where you live in the world.
yes, we're USA, but wherever you are,
we support, we love all.
we love all.
And
So
that's the-
supporting your own countries. That's wonderful too. But it's all for, as long as it's all for the good, and that's all we preach.
One
is
of
all for the good.
my favorite things is when I go live on Instagram. Sometimes I have thousands of people on, and they will say, "Hi from Argentina," and I'm like, "I love our friends in Argentina."
Yes.
Or if they're from Canada, I say, "I love our friends in Canada." So it doesn't matter where you are. We just think the world of you. My friend Sandy says, "My husband is a veteran. He's a vet. Thank you for honoring them. Wouldn't have the free country without them." That is so true. We went to breakfast, and it was so nice watching and hearing them share their stories.
Yeah.
And I know Sandy's husband personally. He's
Oh.
and Sandy. They're both amazing.
Good.
So they're in Salt Lake, Utah. So thank you.
Shout out to you, Utah.
Yeah, we love our peeps in Utah. We love our peeps everywhere.
Everywhere.
And that's the bottom line.
Yes.
And that's the message we want with Keeping It Real.
Mm-hmm.
Is just to share more love, kindness,
Yes.
and no filters.
Nope.
Just, it's so muggy.
Thank you.
She's
I know the bugs are attacking me.
the bugs are dying. I'm sweating like crazy, but hey, nothing
It's
wrong
all
with
good.
that. So keep that spirit going no matter what country you're in, and thank those who serve us.
Happy Veterans Day.
Happy Veterans Day.
Love you.
Love you too. Bye for now.